No, I mean, just look at her. The co-pilot door is missing. The propeller is bent.
Listen up, everybody. What you've just witnessed is Jake, the summer camp prank master.
Counselor Jake, do you want to know how I feel about summer camp this year?
Okay, Judah.
I'm Miss Jean. Join me on a trip to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. Join me for today's expedition in Discovery Mountain. Teen camp has been a bit unusual this summer. The campers, well, they've enjoyed swimming, rock climbing, horseback riding, all like other years at camp. But it isn't every year that a pilot crashes her plane just outside of camp. All week, the campers and the counselors, well, they've hiked out just close enough to the crash site to get a look at the small plane. Pilot Rawlings hasn't been back to the crash site yet. And she and Reader, well, they haven't spoken yet either. Let's listen and see what Pilot Rawlings discovers at the crash site. And how are our campers doing today? Will they be ready for our drama production, which happens in just a few days? Well, as always, listen for today's faith exercise in our episode called Crash Recovery.
Miss Rawlings, how are you feeling?
Oh, good morning, Mr. Simon. You know, I'm really feeling much better today. Thanks for asking. And please, just call me Bonnie.
All right, Bonnie. What can I help you with this morning?
Well, I'm headed to the crash site, and to be honest, I'm a little nervous about seeing my plane all damaged the way she is.
Yes, I can understand it. It would break my heart to see Bluebirdie in that kind of condition.
Mr. Simon, my grandmother, she just always speaks so well of you.
Ellie does? Oh, well, that's kind. She's a dear lady.
Yes, she is. So I could use a little moral support. I hate to ask, but...
Yes? What is it, Bonnie?
Well, would you go with me to see my plane?
Oh, I see. Of course. Jane will be here in a minute, and then I can go with you.
Well, I mean, if it's not too inconvenient.
No trouble at all.
Good morning, Granddad.
Hi, Dad. Oh, Miss Rawlings, you're here.
Yes, good morning.
Granddad, Stan is scheduled to make the delivery today, isn't he?
Yes, he should be here in, about 3 minutes.
Oh, good. He should have my button order for the Levites costume for the drama production.
Miss Rawlings, could I talk to you for a minute in private?
Oh, certainly, Dr. Simon. Is it bad news?
What? Oh, no, this isn't anything medical. Look, I owe you an apology.
An apology?
Yes. The day you were injured, I didn't stop to help you.
Oh?
I was so focused on getting water and food set up for everyone searching for you that I ignored you.
Well, honestly, I don't remember any of that. All I remember is waking up in the hospital. Oh, and Reader, of all people, was there.
Yes, I just feel terrible. I'm a medical doctor, and I walked right past an injured person, but Reader didn't.
What do you mean?
Reader stopped and helped you. He gave you water, and when you couldn't walk, he carried you into the hospital.
He did? I don't remember any of that.
Yes, he stayed with you until he was sure you'd be treated and that you'd be all right.
Really?
He was the Good Samaritan. And me? I was like the priest in the parable that walked right past.
Oh, Dr. Simon, I forgive you.
You do?
Well, of course. It was you and Nurse Megan who took such good care of me in the hospital.
Oh, well, I'm so relieved. Thank you.
May I interrupt?
Oh, sure. Are you ready to go, Mr. Simon?
Well, why don't we wait for a few more minutes? My friend Stan's on his way with a delivery. I think we should take him with us to the crash site.
Oh, all right, if you say so.
Yes, I think he can recommend someone to help you out with the plane.
Well, I have to be off to the hospital. I'll pray that visiting the crash site goes all right for you, Miss Rawlings.
Oh, thank you, Dr. Simon. And please, call me Bonnie. We are friends now.
We are?
Yes, we are.
All right, Bonnie. Bye.
Woo! Hey, Jamie.
Jamie, is Mr. Simon here?
Hey, Judah, Caleb. No, he's visiting the crash site with the pilot.
Oh, cool.
Well, can you help us? We need something for a special project.
Okay, what exactly is this project?
Well, let's just say it's a camp cafeteria project. Oh, hey, Gadget. Who's a good boy?
Judah, what kind of project are you planning for our sparkling new Billsby cafeteria?
Well, this project isn't really to do with the cafeteria, but with the people.
Caleb, enough about the project. Jamie, here's the question. Do people in Discovery Mountain ever make cupcakes?
Cupcakes? Of course.
Told you, Judah.
Yeah. Please show us to your cupcake supplies.
Just follow Gadget.
All right. Thanks, boy.
What are these boys up to? I have to tell Kayla about this one. Ugh, I miss her.
Alrighty, we found what we need.
2 bottles of chocolate sprinkles?
Yeah, they're chocolate jimmies. And that's all you had, or we would have bought more.
I really don't want to ask what you guys need these chocolate brown jimmies for.
Do I still have some money left on my camp tab?
Let's see, Judah Harris. Yeah, should I add these project supplies to your tab?
Yeah, thanks.
All right, here you go, guys.
Thanks, Jamie. See you later.
Thanks.
Hey, Kayla, you'll never guess what just happened in Trekkers. Judah just bought... Hey, good morning, reader.
Good morning, Jamie. Hey, how are the drama costumes coming along?
Oh, I got the button for the Levite's headdress. Here, look. Stan just delivered it this morning.
Wow, that's beautiful. Jamie, I didn't think you'd enjoy costume making as much as you have.
Yeah, me either. I couldn't believe it when my mom volunteered me, but I'm really liking it.
So does that mean you'll make the costumes again next year?
Not so fast. It's a ton of work.
I know. Hey, but thanks for your work, Jamie.
Well, you're welcome. Now, how can I help you this morning?
I'm looking for the pilot, Miss Rawlings. Your mom said that she's with your granddad.
Oh, yeah, they're out at the crash site looking at the plane.
Ah, okay. Well, I can probably make it over there later this afternoon.
Oh, reader, you should probably know that Judah and Caleb...
Oh, excuse me, Jamie. This is my mother calling me back. I have an important question for her about my Aunt Margaret. I have to answer.
Oh, okay, reader.
Hello, Mom? I heard a story last night that reminded me of stories you told me as a boy. Stories about my Aunt Margaret. Will you tell me more about how she died during the World War II?
Kayla, Judah just bought all the chocolate jimmies. What do you think these boys are up to? I don't think they're baking cupcakes.
Are you all right, Bonnie?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
This must be difficult for you. Are you all right?
No, I mean, just look at her. The co-pilot door is missing, the propeller is bent.
And it looks like the landing gear came off on impact.
Wow, I still can't believe I walked away with barely even a scratch.
Yes, God was looking out for you.
Yes, he was. But I don't know why. I really don't deserve it.
Now, why would you say something like that?
Well, I'm reminded of how selfish I can be and how kind others are.
Oh, well, we all have our moments.
All right, Miss Rawlings, I've taken some measurements.
Oh, thank you, Stan. Now, do you really think your friend can help me get her out?
Well, I'll give him all the information, and he can let you know, all right?
Okay. Now, her wingspan...
Yes, I've measured that. Its wingspan is...
Excuse me, her wingspan.
Come on, Stan. This is Bonnie's friend we're talking about. She's like part of the family. Right, Bonnie?
She certainly is.
I'm sorry. Of course. Her wingspan is 30 feet.
30 feet and 1.25 inches, to be precise.
Yes. All right. I'll mark that down. Now, she's a Piper Cherokee, right?
Right. So if you give your friend the measurements you gathered this morning, he can look up all the other specs online.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Thanks, Stan. I really appreciate you coming out here.
Of course, I don't mind at all. I can't imagine what it's like to go through something like this.
Oh, thank you. Now, if your friend is able to bring a flatbed truck up to Discovery Mountain and carry her to the airport, I'm confident I can repair her.
It'll take a pretty big truck and some equipment to lift her.
Yes, I understand, but I just can't leave her behind.
I understand, Bonnie. You won't have to leave her.
What were you doing flying way up here anyway?
Oh, I was surveying the area for Mr. Bilsby of Bilsby Builders.
Oh? Whatever for?
Well, I believe he wants to open a golf course of all things.
That sounds like Baxter, all right.
All right, Mr. Simon. I'd better get back to my delivery route now. Miss Rawlings, I'll have my friend call you with an estimate on hauling her out for you.
Thank you, Stan. I really appreciate it.
Bye, Stan.
You know, Mr. Simon, it's really weird. I can't remember anything that happened that day.
Well, come on. Let's take a look inside the cockpit. It might help you to remember. Instrument panels, logbook. Bonnie, where are you?
I'm still over here, Mr. Simon. I just can't look. I'm too afraid of what I'll remember.
As Mr. Simon and pilot Bonnie Rawlings assess the crash site, Miss Wendy and Miss Tamara do their best to keep their group of teen campers focused on practicing for the drama production. Let's join them in the drama tent.
Nice job, Julia. Our Levite is ready for the drama production. You can sit back down.
Thanks, Miss Wendy.
How about me?
Nope, Ben, you stay there.
All right, I'm getting pretty good at being injured. Oh.
Getting good at being sprawled out like you're asleep.
Well, it does take some talent.
All right, next scene is where the Samaritan passes the injured traveler on the other side of the road.
Oh, that's me.
Come on up, Samaritan.
I don't exactly know my lines by heart yet.
No? Well, I'll help you, Caleb.
Julia, Caleb is up to something. Really, Riley? Not another prank? I think so. It has something to do with the cafeteria and cupcakes. Cupcakes? Maybe. I heard him tell Ben he got the cupcake stuff. I can't picture them baking.
All right, campers, listen up. Remember, at this point in the parable, the traveler is injured on the side of the road.
Thank you, Ben.
The priest passed by without helping. Jake, you know your lines as priest?
Sure do, Miss Wendy. All memorized.
Good. Boys, you could follow your counselor's example.
Go, Jake!
All right, now, after the priest and the Levite both ignore the injured traveler, here comes the Samaritan.
Now, who remembers where the traveler was from?
He's from Jerusalem.
Yes, so he's a Jew.
And the Jews and Samaritans weren't friends, were they?
No. And so, now, as the Samaritan passes, he stops to help the injured traveler.
Miss Tamara, why would he help him if the other two wouldn't?
Well, that's the whole point of Jesus telling this story. The Samaritan helped the injured traveler for no other reason than that he wanted to help someone in need.
It still doesn't make sense.
Our neighbor isn't only a person we like. Our neighbor is anyone who needs our help.
Now, come on, Samaritan. You begin the scene. Take it away.
Sir, are you all right? Oh, you're hurt. There's blood on your head and on your hands. Oh, robbers did this to you, didn't they? Oh. Ben, don't be late. Judah's setting it all up now. I'll be there.
Ahem, boys, I don't remember whispering between the Samaritan and the injured traveler. That's better.
Miss Wendy and Miss Tamara, I've got to check on something. I'll be right back, okay?
All right, Counselor Jake.
Jake slipped out of the drama tent and walked over to the cafeteria. Quietly, he peered through the glass window just out of sight. He watched Judah inside. Carefully, Judah bent down, put something on the cafeteria floor, stepped slowly backwards, and placed something else down. It looked as if he was making a trail of something.
Haha, I knew it. Well, boys, your counselor, Jacob P. Donovan, wasn't born yesterday, you know. If you want to pull a camp prank, be ready for the consequences.
Hello?
Jamie, I need your help.
Sure, Jake, what's up?
I'm going to need an electric fan, and some ribbon.
Bonnie, come take a look inside the plane. It's all right.
Oh, Mr. Simon, I don't want to remember.
Bonnie, why don't you want to remember?
Because it was all my fault. I remember waking up with that feeling like I caused the plane to crash.
Well, you wouldn't be the first pilot to make a mistake in the air.
I know, but I'm supposed to take care of her. And now, just look at her.
Now, she can be repaired. And you know, you're all right. Now, come on, step up inside. If you can't remember, you can't learn from your mistake. If, in fact, you made a mistake.
Well, I suppose you're right. Okay, here it goes. Oh, look at the instrument panel. It's completely smashed.
Yes, watch out for broken glass.
Oh, right, it's everywhere. Here, let me just brush some of this off and... Man, it does feel good to get back in the pilot seat again.
Good. Now, is it coming back to you?
Well, let's see, I remember flying past Ellie's Peak and, yeah, thinking of my grandmother. I was going to keep flying past where Billsby asked me to survey, but...
Keep thinking.
But instead, I decided to fly past Ellie's Peak one more time, maybe to get a better view of where my grandmother landed.
Good.
But then, the turn, I just lost my grip on the controls. It was as if I couldn't reach them anymore, and she started to just nosedive down and
Bonnie,
down and...
reach for the controls now.
What? Oh, yes, I had a hold of the controls like this, but wait, I can't even reach them.
Stretch a little further.
But it's impossible. Wait, Mr. Simon, my seat, it moved. Oh, I remember now. It just suddenly slid back on me. Here, help me look underneath.
Now lift it up and to the left. Aha. Your suspicion is correct.
The crash wasn't my fault. Look, this seat clamp is broken, and it made me slide backwards. That's why I lost my grip on the controls.
Faulty hardware is what it looks like.
Wow. Mr. Simon, thank you for helping me to remember. Thank you.
Pilot Rawlings remembers the reason that her plane crashed. One mystery solved. She and Mr. Simon talk as she looks for her personal belongings strewn about the crash site. Pilot Rawlings enjoys the fresh air and the exercise, and let's listen because she's about to also exercise her faith.
Hey, look, there's my phone.
Oh, would you look at that?
Could it have possibly survived the crash? Nope, it's completely smashed.
Well, you can always buy a new phone. I'm thankful that you walked away from the crash with barely a scratch.
Yeah, me too. You know, I still can't get over the fact that it was Reader who helped me get to the hospital.
Yes, he's a good man.
He was even there when I woke up. But I just did not deserve that.
No, Bonnie, why do you say that?
Well, several weeks ago, I met Reader and asked him for some work at Discovery Mountain Camp.
Oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, well, I asked him about taking the kids up in the air and being on call for search and rescue.
Oh, I see. But we have Jake and Bluebirdie for those roles.
Yes, I realize that now, but I didn't even let Reader explain. I just jumped to conclusions and thought it was because I'm a woman.
Heavens no, that wouldn't be the case.
Well, I know that now. It's just that I've had so much resistance over the years to a woman working as a pilot. Some people don't even think I'm strong enough to manage the plane, much less navigate it.
Oh, that's rubbish.
Absolutely. Anyway, I just really feel terrible that I treated Reader so poorly. And look how kind he was to me. He's a much better person than I am.
Oh, Bonnie, do you remember the parable of the Good Samaritan?
Well, of course. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Reader was my Good Samaritan. Yeah, that thought makes me feel worse.
Oh, no, that's not my intention at all. You know, the campers are acting out the story of the Good Samaritan at Discovery Mountain Camp this summer.
They are?
Yes, and I'm the narrator.
Well, I can see why. You'd be a great narrator, Mr. Simon.
Well, thank you. But here's my point. Hearing the campers act out this story week after week, well, I've thought about the meaning of Jesus' parable a lot this summer.
I know the story. Be loving to everyone, not just your neighbor next door, but anyone who needs our help as our neighbor. Again, not making me feel any better.
No, Bonnie, here's the thing. The parable is about how everyone is our neighbor, but it's deeper than that.
Okay, I'm listening.
None of us is perfectly good at loving our neighbor. We all struggle to make the right decisions about how to help and when and what to do.
You mean even Reader's not perfect?
Of course not. He's human, but God loves us perfectly. You see, he made us his neighbor. The Good Samaritan in the parable shows us how much God loved you and me, and why he came to earth to save us.
He loved us perfectly.
Yes, perfectly. He loved us when we were injured by sin, and we love him in response.
We love him because he first loved us.
Yes, one of my favorite verses. Where's it found?
I believe it's 1 John. You know what, Mr. Simon? I think I understand. And I also need to talk to Reader.
Well, there's no time like the present. Look who's walking up the path.
It's Reader? Oh, Mr. Simon, please don't go anywhere. Suddenly I'm really nervous.
All right. I'll take a look at that faulty hardware under the pilot's seat. You'll need to file a report on that. You and Rita take your time talking.
Thank you, Mr. Simon. Thank you for everything.
All right, campers, keep practicing your lines. Caleb, don't forget to set Ben gently on the donkey. The donkey is Jonathan and Jace in a suit.
Oh, got it, Miss Wendy. Thanks.
Come on, Caleb. Judah should have it all set up. Run. Let's get ahead of everyone else.
Now, what in the world are those boys up to?
Caleb and Ben ran ahead of the other campers. Judah had their surprise set up, but he was so absorbed in what he was doing that he didn't notice Jake setting up his own surprise behind them.
Judah, they're coming.
Ooh, good. Everything's ready. Follow my lead when everyone comes in.
The chocolate sprinkles look so real.
Julia, I wonder if the cook made mac and cheese tonight. I'm starving.
Me too. Hey, Riley, after dinner,
You might be ready for the campers, boys, but Counselor Jacob B. Donovan is ready for you.
Oh, look!
Gross.
A mouse was in the cafeteria. It left droppings everywhere.
Oh, I wonder if the mouse is still here.
No, I don't like mice.
Jake, wait for it.
Could there really be a mouse?
Go time.
What is that? There's a mouse crawling up my leg!
Something's on the back of my leg. Judah, I feel a mouse. I'm out of here.
Quick, everyone out of the cafeteria!
Counselor Jake, that was awesome.
the ribbons blowing on their legs was brilliant.
You got them.
I sure did. Listen up, everybody. What you've just witnessed is Jake, the summer camp prank master. If you think you can pull off a prank, just you wait.
Jake, what is that stuff that looks like mouse droppings?
Here, let me taste one.
No, Jake, no!
Haha, chocolate jimmies like I thought.
Oh, brother.
All right, everybody, go and get your food. Cook-made mac and cheese.
All right, Jake, you got us.
Judah, did you outrun the mouse?
No, but Caleb and Ben are still running. They haven't figured it out yet.
Well, looks like you're going to have to clean up all this chocolate, all right, Judah?
Yeah, I know. Counselor Jake, do you want to know how I feel about summer camp this year?
Oh, okay, Judah.
It's the best! I can't believe that you pranked us back. Oh man, I love summer camp.
You had me going there, Judah.
Yeah, I never want camp to end. At home, my parents, they just fight all the time. Can I stay here in Discovery Mountain forever?
Well, Judah, I wish that camp could last forever, too. I really do, but for now, you need to grab a broom and start sweeping this stuff up.
Okay, Jake, I'm on it.
I sure wish that Judah could stay in Discovery Mountain, too. Well, we finally solved our mystery about just why Pilot Rawlings has been so upset with Reader. And just what is the story of Reader's Aunt Margaret? Will we be able to find out next time? Well, I hope so, because our next episode is the last one in this story series called Being Neighborly. Next time, we'll hear the campers' drama production of the story of the Good Samaritan. And speaking of the Good Samaritan, did you catch today's faith exercise? We should all love our neighbors, but we aren't always very good at doing that. But God is the perfect neighbor, and He sent Jesus to heal us in our sin. That verse that Pilot Rawlings remembered, well, it's a good one. It's 1 John chapter 4 and verse 19, and this is what it says. We love Him because He first loved us. I'm so thankful that Jesus loves us and that He decided to be our neighbor. I'll be here waiting for you next time for the conclusion of Being Neighborly.
Hi, I'm Director Doug. We love to have fun here at Discovery Mountain. As we recorded this episode, we had a little fun in the studio. We didn't prank the voice actors by making them think that there was a mouse in the studio. That might be a little risky. Miss Jean wrote a fake scene and set the voice actors up to record it, just as if it were a real part of the scripts. Some of the voice actors figured out our prank faster than others, and we all had a lot of fun. The best part is that I recorded the whole thing on video to share with you. Visit me at discoverymountain.com in the Director Doug area of the homepage to watch our fun studio prank video. Let me know if you enjoyed it.
I'm Miss Jean, and you've been listening to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. To listen to other episodes and to send us a message, visit us at discoverymountain.com or write to us at Discovery Mountain, P.O. Box 999, Loveland, Colorado, 80539. And in Canada, write to Box 2127, Oshawa, Ontario, L1H7V4. This is a production of The Voice of Prophecy. Join us again next time here at Discovery Mountain.